Hi there, Leigh Farnell here, and today I want to talk about something super important in life and business: relationships. I particularly want to talk about what we might call close relationships. Close relationships. What are you talking about, Leigh? Whether you're talking about business or whether you're talking about at home, what happens is in all relationships, of course, we're working with different people with different histories. So let's say this is you and this is the other person. Could be a business partner, could be your wife, could be your husband. It's the one there, the other person. And there has been thousands of years of watching, observing good, healthy relationships and sick, dysfunctional relationships. What I particularly want to talk to you about today is based on some work in the area of what's called imago therapy. Imago therapy, which is often used in personal relationships, husband-wife relationships, but relates to business as well. What we know is that it's only in the confines of a close relationship do we actually see ourselves closely. Sometimes Margot says it's like looking in the mirror. The closer the relationship is, the more you are looking in the mirror. You see, the further away in the relationship, just social relationships or friends, rarely do you have close contact, close communication, as in looking at some of the deeper issues. What are your strengths? What are the weaknesses? Or what are some of the thoughts you're having, to look inside your thought? You know, whether it be around money, whether it be around food, whether it be around love, whether it be around commitment. When you're in distant relationships, people you might only see once a month, once a year, once every 6 months, once a week, you don't have to deal with the deeper issues. But when you're in a close relationship, and in fact, this is the word, into me I see. Some people get very nervous about this whole word, intimacy. Now, obviously, with your husband or wife or lover, you can be intimate. We often associate that with sexual intimacy. But here we're talking about getting to know myself more, getting to look at parts of me that I don't necessarily want to look at. Imago even talk about the way of healing, or they talk about this thing called childhood wounds. What are some of the thoughts, the beliefs, the patterns that you've developed since childhood, whether it be around taking criticism, taking feedback, power? All these things start to come into play. Could be around the boardroom table. Whether you're Richard Branson or Donald Trump, you start to see childhood patterns that first 7 years start to display itself around the table. So what does that mean you need to do? What do you need to do? Well, first you need to understand all relationships go through 3 phases. One, there's what they call the romantic phase, romantic love. Romantic, it's all new, it's all lovey-dovey, isn't it fantastic? And you're in an altered state of consciousness because it's so beautiful. I've got a new job, I've got a new partner, I'm starting a new project. This is fantastic. But it gets to a stage where it moves into what is called power struggle. Who's got the power? Who's making the decisions? Who's doing the controlling? Sometimes it's even called sleeping with the enemy. So it goes from romance. Now you can clear, there are 2 clearly different stages of the relationship. What needs to happen if it's going to move on is getting to phase 3, which is called the conscious relationship, which is either break up or break through. Break up or break through. So romantic, power struggle, conscious. Now we're going to go, oh boy, do we break up or do we break through? Do we sort it out? Reset our boundaries, have an honest conversation, or do we just break up? Most people, of course, break up rather than break through. as one person said, it's a bit like going to the gym and doing a workout. Most growth occurs at the final repetitions of the exercise. When you're almost at breaking point is where you break through. At that point where most people want to quit, exhausted, but there is another issue, another option. That is, take the relationship to the next level, the conscious relationship. The potential breaks through to the next level when two people come together in a sense of mutual dignity, respect, and commitment to healing and growth and moving to the next level. So what do we want to do? We need to build some rules around trust, around respect, around dignity, around, listen, I want to help you and I want you to help me help myself. That's a critical part as well, because, you have to do your own healing, you have to do your own helping. But the relationship, being in the relationship where you are living together, working together closely on a day-by-day basis, it's only in that relationship do you see you and the other person sees your recurring patterns. And if you've got the trust and if you've agreed in your boundaries, and we call it the original fruit bowl, the code that you set up, listen, if you see patterns in me where you see that I'm not helping myself, where I'm sabotaging myself, where I'm not following through when I said I should follow through, please, you have the right. I expect you to actually help me move and challenge me. And that's part of it. Is it okay to challenge me? Is it okay to confront? You need to actually have rules to say it is okay to challenge. Is it okay to give feedback? And will you willingly accept that feedback? And how do you willingly accept feedback? How do you willingly accept feedback? One of the key rules of feedback. Even though I don't like it because it might hurt, what do they say? The truth will set you free, but first it might hurt you. You need to shut up and listen. Don't defend. Don't defend. No. Feedback. With feedback, in a close relationship, shut up and listen, and if anything, restate back to them what they said. So what you're saying to me is, and you might even feel this way about it when you see me sabotage myself or, don't follow through. So I'm going to reflect on that, and this is what I'm going to do about it. So there's a process for receiving feedback so that you reflect on it, so that it helps you move to the next level, the next level, the next level. It's all part of personal Kaizen, personal Kaizen, personal Kaizen. And how does that happen? Only in a close relationship with the husband, wife, coach, mentor. But you need to set up the boundaries and the rules for that close relationship, so we can challenge and confront, so that you then reflect and then change. Relationships, boy oh boy, we didn't learn any of that at school. So if you like this content, please subscribe to the channel and share this video link with your friends and your network on social media. And if you've liked the content about relationships, team, business performance, then I've got a great offer for you. I've put some time aside in my calendar to help you solve these problems, help you go to the next level and get these outcomes you want. So you can go ahead and book some time with me here. Click the link below on this post. Everyday Empowerment Institute, clarity today for growth tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. I'm Leigh Farnell.